What's good? What's good? What's good, YouTube? We back at it again. Welcome to the live. What's up? What's good? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Man, what a week, man. What a week, man. So before I start, hit that like button, man. We're about to talk about Da Nang today. So I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for the Da Nang talk. Da Nang is blowing up right now. All right. So this live right now is going to break down Da Nang. And if you guys haven't figured out, we are talking about all of Vietnam. All right. We're talking about the cities where you can live as an expat. Again, you know this channel, we talk about expat stuff. We don't talk about travel necessarily. All right. So we're talking about Da Nang. So let me know in the comment section where you guys are viewing from and say what's up, man. Say what's up. All right. So let me just wait for some folks to get in before I start getting busy. So yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. All right. If you like Vietnam content. All right. So I hope you guys have had a really good week. Man, these weeks are just going by. You know what I mean? You know, as you get older, these weeks fly by. So again, shout out to you guys who are viewing from home. Love it. I love it. Again, today we're talking about Da Nang. All right. Last week we talked about what? Hanoi, right? And then the week before that, which we started this series, we talked about Ho Chi Minh City or Saigon. So if you guys missed those two lives last week and the week before, go back, check those lives out. If you're interested in Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City, and if you're interested in Hanoi, check those two lives out, and it'll break it down. But if you are just joining me, let me know where you're viewing from, so I can see where my audience is coming from. All right. So and then just a little sprinkle. Next week we're going to talk about Dalat. All right. So I know a couple of you have been asking about Dalat, and this is going to be the first time I cover it on this channel. So again, today we're talking about Da Nang. So if you guys are out there, let me know where you're viewing from, and let's jump into it, man. Let's jump into it. So I didn't get my map. So let me get my map out real quick and head over to Da Nang here. Okay. All right, we ready. Okay. So I see some comments here. Let me see where you guys are at first. So let's get in. I got a super chat. All right, Andre. I see you, brother. I see you. Andre says, blessings, my brother. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for that. That's you, man. You're the only one that's supporting, bro. You're the only one. I love it, man. I love it. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right. So let's get into it. Andre, you're the man, bro. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. Andre says, my brother. I love it. I love it. Okay. And then Ava Maria says, for some crazy reason, I thought tonight said Dalat. No, that's next week. All right. So no, that I just scheduled it, for next week. All right. Because I'm gonna be real busy these next coming up these next few weeks. So I just want to schedule these out. But that Dalat next week for sure. All right. Today's Da Nang. Okay. So Andre, thank you again, brother. You always support, man. I appreciate it, man. If you guys want to be like Andre, throw your boy a couple bucks. It's okay. Let's get into it, man. You don't have to though. All right. But I would appreciate it. All right, man. So again, if you just joined me, last week we talked about Hanoi. Week before that, we kicked off this series with Saigon. All right. Next week, we're talking about Dalat. All right. So let's get into it, man. Let me get my little handy dandy. All right. And so I already explained it to you. This is episode 3. And so let me get this out of the way. All right. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you like Vietnam, some real deal Vietnam stuff, man. I don't bullshit. All right. So again, Da Nang is peaceful. All right. But, obviously peace doesn't automatically mean you're going to have a better life in here in Vietnam or in Da Nang. All right. So to match your budget to your area. Okay. I preach on this channel about picking the right city or countryside, whatever city. And then from that city, you pick the right neighborhood. All right. The neighbor, I mean, that is everything here in Vietnam, guys, because you could be on one street and then be on another street and it's totally different. All right. Here in Vietnam, they go by streets, not just your neighborhood. All right. So we're gonna break down Mian. We're gonna break down An Thuong, Son Tra, Hai Chau. I always mess this word up, but it's Ngu Hanh Son, and that's the quiet side. And then we're going to talk about local areas. All right. Remember, this is episode 3. All right. So let's get into it, man. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. All right. This is going to be our roadmap today. So again, I'm not going to go over it. I just went through it, but basically, I'm going to set you guys up so that you guys know by the end of this live that whether Da Nang is going to be for you or not. All right. And just a little sprinkle, because you know what I do here, a little sprinkle, that means I'm going to give you a nugget. That means I'm going to give you a tip, KT tip. All right. A nugget. When I do this, that is my tip, personal. All right. So a little nugget, Da Nang is not for everybody. All right. Us expats and locals only go to Da Nang for vacation or holiday. We do not live there for the most part. Okay. All right. Let's get into it, man. So I set that up already. Let's talk about the biggest mistakes that expats make when they choose Da Nang when they choose Da Nang from vacation energy. All right. So for me, if I was going to live in Da Nang, because me and my wife, we were going to, when we moved from Hanoi down to Saigon, literally we were going to move to Da Nang. All right, before Da Nang was popular, okay, and probably like six months before it was popular, and then it blew up. So we were super happy we didn't go to Da Nang. All right, no shade on Da Nang or anyone who chose Da Nang, but Da Nang is such a, there's nothing there really for us expats that actually want to live a good life there. All right, so choosing Da Nang only because it's beautiful online. That is a big, big, big mistake. All right. Yes, it's beautiful. It has great beaches, good beaches. All right. And it's chill. That's what you want to do. That's where you want to go when you want to relax. All right. Saigon is crazy. Hanoi is pretty crazy as well. A little bit less than Saigon, but if you want from the outside world or from the outside coming into Vietnam, I understand why you go to Da Nang. All right. However, once you live here, and I'm sure that there's a lot of people already that have been there for 6 months that are like, Da Nang is cool, but it's really a vacation spot. Okay. If you're a digital nomad, cool. But if you are looking to be an expat, majority stick to the 2 big cities. All right, Hanoi, Saigon, because Da Nang's cool, but there's no jobs there. There's no jobs there. All right. So the biggest mistakes that expats make are thinking that beach access will solve their lifestyle, their loneliness, or their routine problems. All right. Yes. Before Da Nang blew up, there was this loneliness problem. However, what I've been seeing online and through other YouTubers and through people I know they're lonely now. They're still lonely, even though there's an influx of foreigners there. They tend to be transitional foreigners, right? In and out, in and out, in and out. And if you, I saw Evan shout out to Evan I saw his video about one of his videos about, he was talking just about this, about how Da Nang is cool and you make all these friends, but then they're in and out every 3 months, every 6 months, they leave, they go somewhere else, live there. It's not like the expat community is not as tight there in Da Nang. And so that's where you'll come with the loneliness, right? Good lifestyle. It's a nice lifestyle if you're looking for hanging out with a bunch of foreigners, getting drunk, and womanizing and just hanging out. All right, you could do that at your home country. Why come here and just do that? Yeah, that's cool. We all do that, gentlemen and ladies. We all go have fun for the first 3 6 months. Okay, by all means, I did it. Go have fun. All right. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say not to have fun. However, if you're looking to build a life, a new life, or just expand your life from your home country, Da Nang's not going to be it, really. Because if you're trying to build here in Vietnam, it's going to be Saigon, or it's going to be, depending on your business, it's going to be Hanoi. All right. So thinking that having the beach all the time, you tend to, as you live in Da Nang, you tend to not go to the beach every day. In the beginning, yeah, it's cool, but then you start to say, well, what else is there? What else is there? What else is there? That's why a lot of people who go to Da Nang tend to come to Saigon. All right, I'm just saying. All right, and then if you're a routine person, living on the beach, just chilling and living that lifestyle, it really does mess up your routine. All right. So 3, underestimating boredom if you need constant city energy. Man, I'm telling you, the Da Nang, the people there are chill, man. They're way chiller than people here. Here in Saigon, I'm in Saigon, Ho Chi Minh. We get it. We're going. We're constantly on the go. Over there, they're chilling. They're just whatever. Now, again, I on this channel preach about having a plan. You want to come to Vietnam? You want to go to Da Nang? Cool. Go to Da Nang, chill for like 3 months, and then figure out what you want to do. Like really, because Da Nang, like I said, there's no jobs in Da Nang for you guys. Period. Like if you're new there and you're trying to teach, good luck. You're not going to get a job. Okay. There's a wait list. Seriously, there's a waiting list of teachers who are qualified, who've been here for over 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, that are waiting to get those jobs. And you're not going to get those jobs if you are not a credentialed teacher. All right. Now, if you are a credentialed teacher, then you might have a better chance of going to an international school and getting a job right off the bat coming here than just someone like myself who's a business major. That I wouldn't. It'd be hard for me, not now, but when I first got here. Okay, so just understand that there's no jobs in Da Nang. Okay, for foreigners. Period. All right, no one's leaving their job in Da Nang. Okay, and it's been like that since I've been here. Okay. 4, overpaying. Oh, let me go back to 3 real quick. It's boring if you are in Da Nang. Again, Da Nang's small. Considering comparing Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi to Da Nang, it's not even close. Okay. Yes, there's an influx of you guys in Da Nang right now. Okay. However, if you're there now, you understand what I'm talking about. It's boring there. Okay. If you want that life, cool. But most of you guys come to Vietnam because it's affordable and you're trying to have a better life, a new life. Okay. So just understand that it's going to be boring 70% of the time. All right. YouTubers don't talk about this, man. But this country, it gets boring after a while if you don't have a routine. Okay. If you don't have something, a purpose to get you up every day, to move forward, you're going to be bored in Vietnam in general. Okay. Whether that's in Saigon, whether that's in Hanoi, or whether that's in Da Nang. Okay. But Da Nang, because it's smaller, the infrastructure is not there. They're building it, but you see it, they're building it. So it's not there yet. Okay. Everyone parties at night. What do you do during the day? You go to the beach, right? That shit gets old. All right. 4, overpaying in popular expat areas before testing daily life. Guys, honestly, I get it. It's awesome. Da Nang is awesome for 3 months. Okay, it's awesome for 3 months. You're like, finally, but it's not indicative of Vietnam. It's not indicative of all of Vietnam. Vietnam is like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hurry, 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 hurry. Me first, get out of my way. Da Nang, they're more, what I love about Da Nang people are they're so chill. They're really respectful there, comparing everyone else, you know what I mean? And so I'll honestly, don't overpay. Okay. The cost of living has gone up so much and it's ridiculous. And what we're seeing as expats here is that the locals do not like it whatsoever, man. The only locals who like it are the ones who are profiting off of your dollar or euro, whatever. Okay. Seriously, everyone else is like these damn foreigners. It used to be affordable. Now they're complaining, man. I hear it from my wife. I hear it. I see it on local news. I see it on local publications online for sure. All right. Don't let the smiles fool you guys. They don't like it. Okay. So that's why you're being overcharged, straight up. Because hey, if you're gonna be there, they might as well make money. Okay. So before you lay your head, make sure that you take a test run. Okay. I preach on this channel about taking a test run here first. We all get 3 months of a test run. Okay. Use your test run to see if your neighborhood is going to be a good fit for you. All right. And if I'm you, okay, because once you become an expat, you start to understand like, okay, I need to save money here. I really do need to save money. Okay, if you're balling and money's not an issue, okay, that's cool. But if you're like the rest of us who actually want to save money outside of the US or the West, and you want to save money, you by far you need to come and take a test run first to see if it's viable, if you can get a routine in Da Nang, if you can meet people. All right. Again, most of you guys are going to be in the tourist area. Most. Okay. I'm starting to see a lot of foreigners go on the outskirts now. All right. Now you're going to raise the rent and the cost of living for the locals outside of the foreigner area. All right. Good job. All right. So again, overpaying in the popular areas, you don't know what things cost here. That's why I'm saying you have to do a test run, because the test run you're mentally ready for what's coming. Okay. Again, Da Nang is not indicative of all of Vietnam. It is a bubble. Seriously. All right. For the last one, ignoring rainy season, key. Noise, commute, motorbike needs, and social access. All right. So you guys know, if you should know, but if you don't know, there's a huge rainy season in Da Nang, and most of you guys get out of Da Nang. The smart ones get out of Da Nang when there is a rainy season. Okay. And so it's bad. It's really bad. Okay. And so Da Nang floods, Hoi An floods, that whole region floods massively. So understand that when you're doing your test run, don't come here toward the end of the year in Da Nang. All right. Because you're going to be flooded out and you're not going to love it. Come eight out of the other months of the year, you'll be fine. Okay. Da Nang is usually hot, good weather. It's usually pretty good. All right. So don't ignore rainy season. It's a big deal. Seriously. Some foreigners, just look at YouTube videos last year. All right. And you'll see it was a problem. Just keep that in mind. All right. Again, the noise is not so bad in Da Nang. All right. So I've never lived in Da Nang. I've been there many, many times, and I've partied there many times. And yeah, it's not so bad. They generally keep the noise down in Da Nang. All right. It's not indicative of all of Vietnam. Vietnam is a very noisy country. Okay. So just keep that in mind. All right. If you're commuting, if most of you don't have to worry about this, but if you're commuting, let's say you live in Son Tra, right? And that's the northern tip of where like Lady Buddha is, right? If you live up there and you're trying to party and go to Thuong, then just understand that if you hang out in Thuong and you live up there, either you're going to get a motorbike or you're going to take Grab. Okay. It's a big deal. Okay. Traffic's not as terrible up there in Da Nang as it is here in Saigon or in Hanoi. Okay. So you won't really have to worry about that. Okay. Most of you guys live in Thuong. You guys can walk around. It's cool. All right. If you need a motorbike, go and rent a motorbike. Okay. What I'm noticing in Da Nang, because there's so many delinquent foreigners, travelers, notice I didn't say expats. We know better. We know how to act here. It's the travelers who don't know how to act here. All right. 80% of you, 85% of you know how to act in Da Nang. Okay. But you guys, the 15% that's ruining it for the rest of us and making everyone else look bad, they're the problem. Okay. So make sure that you guys stay away from those people, man. All right. Those are the Thailand people. Those are the Bali people coming over here, have no respect for the Vietnamese people, the Vietnamese culture. It's pathetic and it's disgusting. Okay. Have respect. Have respect up there. Okay. This is not your playground. Have respect for not only the locals, but have respect for us expats who actually been building a life here, and you guys are over there fucking it up for us. Knock it off, okay? Or go back to Thailand. All right, that's where you can deal with all your delinquency. Okay. All right. So now that that's out of the way, all right, let's keep it moving. I see some comments. Bear with me. Let me get that off the screen. Beach. My man Andre says the beach. Let's go. I love it. Yes, sir. Thank you, Andre. Appreciate you, man. Renix. Hey, man. Hey, you're on the live, but you can't reply to my message. All right. Your guide is finished. So I sent you a message. You didn't email me, so sorry, buddy. Anyways, Renix says maybe Da Nang to read 50 books. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree, man. Chill and relax. All right. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. All right. So we are going to talk about Mian. All right. So if you guys don't know about Mian, Mian is an area, but it has its side of a beach. Okay. Where am I at here? Here. And okay, let me get this out of the way. All right. So Mian, let me pull up my map actually, so you guys can see. Bear with me. Da Nang. Sorry, I thought I had this ready to go. So just bear with me. All right, let me show you guys my map and we'll talk about it. Share. Okay, man. Let me see if you can see. Yeah, you guys can see it. Oh, and before I forget, we're doing another drawing today. So in this live, I totally forgot. Forgive me. So just hit guide. Just type in guide if you want to get one of the guides. Okay. Whether it's Da Nang guide, these are all premium. Okay. Paid ones. Premium Da Nang guide. If you want Hanoi guide, if you want Ho Chi Minh City guide, just type guide, GUIDE, in the comments right now. Right now. Do it right now. All right. And then if you want the dating guide, all right, 20s, 30s, 40s, or 50s dating guide, same. Just type guide in the comment section right now of this live. And as we move forward, I will pick my first winner. I'm doing 2 of them today. Okay. So if you want it, just type in guide, GUIDE, and you will be entered. Okay. So bear with me. Let me just make sure it's actually okay. Yep, we're good. All right. So Mian. So Mian is. Let me show you guys where Mian is first. So if you don't know, there's really two sides of the beach, okay? Of the tourist area beach, okay? And let me find out if I can get me and let me go like this. Me and beach. Okay. So this is me and, okay? And it basically it's like mi mique, okay? And so there's two sides of this of right here, okay? What you're looking at right now, there's two sides of it, okay? Mian or mique is the I believe this is the local side. I want to say this is the locals beach, okay? But of course it's everyone's beach, but this is where majority, at least it used to be when I was there. It used to be the foreigner side, the local side, and then the other side was all foreigner. Okay, but I believe this is kind of a mix now, and I believe the last time I went there, it was probably like a year ago, a little over a year. I think this was the I saw a lot of foreigners on this side of the beach. This is the beach where I went. Okay, I kicked it. It's nice. It's really cool. All right. So obviously you can see. So Mian side. So it's the right side. It's the right side of it. Okay. I didn't go to this one. I went to Mike on this side. I went to this beach. Okay. This is the foreigner side beach. Okay. And then Mian, which is right here, Mian Beach. Let me see if I can get some photos for you. All right. So this is the local side. Okay. Of course, foreigners come here too, but this is where all the locals hang out. Check this out. Okay. Mian Beach. See, obviously you can see some Vietnamese. This is where they come and kick it. Okay. And just a little bit like where my cursor is on this over here, closer to the buildings, that's where Mike Beach is right here, over here. Okay. It seems close, but it's not close to each other. All right. Beautiful beach. Beautiful beach. Okay. I'm not even gonna lie. I actually really like this beach. Okay. So so now that you know, let me get back, stop sharing and come back to you. So if you want to live in this area, okay, it's a good fit. All right. It's really close to the beach, right on there. You have great beach access. You can do the cool thing about Da Nang and the beach side is that you can do like month-to-month leases over here. Okay. So you don't have to, because they already know that Da Nang is a transplant city. And so it wasn't intended for that until recently. Okay. And so you can get, 1 month, you can get 1 month-to-month leases here. Okay. Which is really cool. And a lot of you guys, a lot of hotels are there. So again, utilize your hotel stay. If you're staying in the Mian side, utilize it. Go check out the neighborhood around there. Check behind those hotels that are right there, and just walk around, man. They've really built up that area. Okay, tons of cafes, restaurants, gyms, all that stuff. And again, you can walk to all of this stuff, so you don't need a motorbike. Okay, and generally everything is going to be right outside your door. Okay, so if you want that, cool. It's right there. However, the apartments there are going to be very tiny, and they're going to be very costly. Okay, and what I mean by costly is I'm always talking about comparable to Vietnam. Okay, not the U.S. Okay, it's super affordable from the West, but I'm talking about local wise. Okay, so you guys so you can understand what we pay here. Okay, this area is going to be more expensive than most of the areas that we're going to talk about. Okay, besides Thuong. Okay, but it's super foreigner friendly. They speak English here for the most part. They speak good English here, and there's not so much setup you're going to need. Okay, again, this is good for expats, for travelers, for remote workers. All right. So if you're gonna go and stay in Da Nang, for your scouting trip, go stay here. Okay, stay here, stay in An Thuong. If you don't want all the craziness of An Thuong, go to Mian. Okay, stay in Mian. Now, I would think twice about staying in Mian if you don't really want, if you want a deep immersion of local culture. This is completely, you're not going to get it here. Okay, it's a little nugget. An Thuong, you're not going to get it either. Okay, for the most part, on this side of Da Nang, you're not going to get a local experience. Okay, just gonna say, I'm just being honest. Okay, even more so now because there's a ton of foreigners there. All right, so think twice if you want to hang out with locals majority and you want to be around them. Okay, and you want to get that culture and you want to speak Vietnamese and so forth and so on. You're going to be speaking a lot of English here. Okay, and the Vietnamese who are here are generally with foreigners, looking to date foreigners, looking to marry foreigners, be around foreigners. So they're going to speak English. They're not going to necessarily speak Vietnamese. All right. I would think twice moving to Mian if you are trying to keep your costs low. I told you already, this is expensive. Okay, for locals. Okay, this is expensive for expats. All right, it's not a problem for us, but I just want you guys to understand that this side is super expensive, right? And now that there's a ton of expat foreigners coming in and travelers, it's just that much more. Okay, so if you're looking to save money, you're really not going to save money here in this area. Okay, think twice if you want to move to Mian if you dislike the expat pockets and the lifestyle creep. All right. I'm just saying, if this is all expat, this is all foreigners. Expats live here, foreigners as well. All right. Generally, if you've lived in Vietnam for longer than a few years, you're going to be kind of, you know where to go, where the bridge is at, just right over the bridge, right? You're not afraid of having that immersion with the locals and living with the locals or living around the locals. Okay. If you're fresh, you're probably going to want to stay around Mian and Thuong just to kind of get your feet wet. However, it's once you have lived here for a long time, you're going to be disconnected because you've been around foreigners the whole time and you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, but at least you'll get, your pricing is going to be off. Okay, living in this area. Okay, so if I would think twice if you need a big city energy every day. Okay, Mian, if you're there right now, you understand it's super chill. Okay, tell me in the comment section if you're in Mian right now, what is the vibe like? All right, because what I'm hearing is that it's at night, it goes off. Sometimes it goes off because there's a whole bunch of foreigners there. But then during the day, everybody's chilling, everyone's working, so it's boring town. All right. Let me know if you're in Da Nang right now and you go to Mian. Let me know what the vibe is right now. All right. So that is Mian. So again, if you're looking for a good area for your scouting trip and you're looking to move to Vietnam and Da Nang, go stay in Mian for your scouting trip and get immersed because it's easier because you have a bunch of people who speak English around you. Yes, it's going to be more expensive. However, it's easier for you to connect, all right, with other expats or expats and travelers. Okay, transitional city. All right. I see some comments, and I'll come to you next. All right. Let's talk about An Thuong. All right. Say it with me. An Thuong. Thuong. Okay. Now this one is going to be the most expensive area, and let me show you on the map. Okay. Give me 1 minute, and I'm gonna share my map with you. All right. If you want a guide, type guide. Just type guide in the comment section right now. If you want guide, GUIDE. Okay. If you want any of the guides, if no one goes, cool. I get to save it. All right. So let's get it. Where's my map? Bear with me here. Let me share my screen with you. All right, let's go to Thuong. All right, so let's go Thuong Beach. All right, so obviously, you know, it's literally right there. It's right next door. We're looking at it, okay? So this area is popping, okay? If you've ever been to Da Nang, before all of you guys got to Da Nang and you guys found out Da Nang was it, this place was popping, okay? For locals, for the most part, expats, we would come and stay here. This is probably where most of you are going to stay. Probably most of you who are traveling are going to stay around this area. This is where you're going to party for the most part. You're going to be doing a lot of stuff here, okay? Again, there's all these little streets, okay? It's different per street. This is why I preach. If you want to stay in the expat district, you want to stay. This is the expat district, okay? Thuong. Okay, most of the expats will stay in this area. If not, what I was saying is right across here. Okay, if you're smart, you'll stay over here somewhere. Okay, you'll stay over here somewhere. And again, I love that the airport's right there. Okay, but if you really want to get some value, stay around here. If you can see my cursor, stay around here, right around here. Okay, this is where you're going to find the best value. But we're talking about Thuong, and so Thuong is where everyone goes to party, hang out, eat, and really do their business. Okay, so it's the most expensive area. The beaches to me are kind of mid over here, and I'll show you if I can. Let's see if this one gives me something. Okay. Let me see if this is a bar, but you're going to see a lot of these kind of clubs here, okay? Beach clubs. See, there's Thuong right there. All right. It's right on the beach. You're going to find a lot of clubs like this, okay? Bars like this. So this is what you're going to be looking at during the day right here, okay? On this side. This is going to be very expensive, okay? Very expensive considering Vietnam. All right, so let me bring this back. So if you want to live in Thuong, by all means live there. It's actually a really good place to like meet a bunch of people. But again, it's transitional. These people are going to they're transient, so they're in and out, in and out, in and out. It's cool to meet people, but it sucks because those people are gone. You know, this is where you're going to find again. It's right next door, so it's kind of similar to Mien, okay? This is where a bunch of food, you're going to find a bunch of cafes, bars, more bars here, all right? And you're going to see a bunch of foreigners here, okay? So if you don't want that, don't stay here, okay? It's a good fit for those who want easy access to the beach and have familiar services. In this area alone, they're so used to you guys. They're used to us. They're used to foreigners. So they're going to speak English. They're going to have better service here, actually hospitality service here. They're going to be more amenities here, and there's going to be, but it's going to cost you, okay? And again, the apartments or the houses are going to be smaller in this area and in Mien, if I didn't say that, okay? So moving from the west here to Thuong, it's going to be less of a shock to you because you have your comforts. All right. 3, it's good for expats who want a social life. Okay. This is Thuong is social. This is the social life of Da Nang. Okay. Everyone comes from Da Nang, comes to Thuong to party. Locals and foreigners, period. So at night, it'll be good that you'll be able to hang out with some foreigners, from locals. But during the day, everyone, all the locals are working, and you're hanging out on the beach or the club or the beach bars just drinking. All right, so this is good for this is good day and night for hanging out. Period. Okay, for foreigners. Okay, honestly, if I was doing a scouting trip, I would stay here because it's it's an easier soft landing into Vietnam. Okay, again, it's not indicative of all of Vietnam, of majority of Vietnam. Just like I said, Da Nang is not indicative of what you're going to experience in all of Vietnam. Okay, but it's a good soft landing for those who want to come in, get a place, and walk down, take the elevator downstairs and then be right there at the beach or food. Okay. It's good fit if you need convenience. Okay. Without guessing, straight up. Okay. Everything is there in An Thuong. Okay. Now, I would think twice moving to An Thuong if you don't want noise, you don't want that touristy energy. Okay, that tourist energy, because like I said before, this is the tourist area. Okay, so expect noise. Da Nang is quiet. However, An Thuong, for the most part, is not going to be that quiet. Okay, at night and during the day, there's going to be everyone's here. This is the center of the city, so it's always going to be busy. Okay, things are going to be going. People are going to be driving. Motorbikes will be honking. Everyone's going to be in your face here. Okay, so if you need that quiet, you value that quiet, and you don't want to be around a whole bunch of foreigners, I wouldn't stay here. Okay, like I said, if you want quiet nights and you're just a kind of person, like I like calm. I definitely like calm routine. Okay, since I moved to Vietnam, it's hard to find calm. Okay, especially in Saigon. Okay, but in Da Nang it's easier. Okay, just go upstairs in your place, shut the door, and you're straight. Okay, in Da Nang. Okay, 3, you are trying to avoid overpriced convenience. It's not going to happen. Think twice. If you are trying to save money and you're on a budget, I wouldn't move to An Thuong. Okay, it's the priciest area in Da Nang. Okay, this is where a lot of the digital nomads are going to stay. This is where a lot of the probably expats are going to stay who actually have a job there. They'll probably stay here, but if they're smart, they'll stay across the bridge. Okay. The last one, don't move to An Thuong if you want a deeper local lifestyle. Okay, from day one. Now, I'll be honest. Just stay. If you want that, just stay on the other side of the bridge. Okay, you're going to be just fine there. All right, but if you want, because that's where all the locals are. The locals are closer to the airport. Okay, so and actually, you have everything you need in over the bridge. Majority, from what I've been noticing and what I've heard, is over the bridge where the locals are. You're going to need to go over there anyways because a lot of your services and business that's done in Da Nang is across the bridge. All right, so hanging out in An Thuong is cool, but the meat and potatoes of Da Nang is across the bridge. Okay, so just understand that if you really want a local experience, just live across the bridge, and you're going to save a few million. Now you're going to save like 7-8 million. Okay. If money's not an issue, cool. But again, understand that you're going to do a lot of your business and most of your visa stuff is going to be over there across the bridge. All right. Let me get to these comments real quick and see what we got here. Yahweh says, girl. What's up, Yahweh? Salute to you. Yahweh says, clean water in that beach too anytime. I've been there. Yeah. So for the most part, Da Nang does have clean beaches for the most part. However, I like An Bang Beach, An Bang Beach in Hoi An. That's much better beach. Okay. If you don't know, you need to know. Okay. All right. Thank you, Yahweh. Appreciate you, brother. AD, what's up, AD? Salute, brother. Thank you for joining, bro. AD says, morning, KT, Vietnam guide. Okay. I'm working today, 65 miles one way to work. Dang. All right. Leaving soon. Enjoy your weekend, and thanks for the great information. My pleasure, brother. Always, man. Hey, drive safely, huh? We need you. We need you back over here, man. We need you to get here. All right. And actually, AD, I'm gonna give you a guide regardless. All right. So I'll take care of that. Just email me. Kevin T at thestoryofkt.com. I'm gonna take care of you. All right. So just don't forget. Okay. I'm gonna take care of you. And drive safely, brother. Thank you for joining. Yahweh says, Antoine, you don't have to live there to enjoy it. Cheap rides or good exercise. Facts. This is what I'm saying, man. And again, once you understand Da Nang, most of the expats will typically, the smart ones, will typically stay across the bridge. Okay. And then they'll just either walk, or they'll either walk over to Antoine, or they'll just, take a Grab. I mean, it's super cheap. Da Nang's small, guys, so you're not going to spend a ton of money on Grab, okay? Unless they bumped up their prices because you guys are there, all right? Yahweh, thank you, man. Appreciate your input always, brother, always. Andre says, my man Andre says, dope teaching, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. This is what I do on this channel, man. I don't bullshit, and I don't gatekeep, okay? I make guides and stuff actually to help you. You know what I mean? And yeah, of course I want to make some money, man. So yeah, man. I got free guides too, guys. So if you guys don't want to buy, there's free guides on my website as well. So just go get them. All right, thank you, Andre. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for supporting, man. You always support, brother. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. AD says Grand Park in Tuduk is lovely. Yeah. He's talking about one of the videos I just did with Ramel. If you haven't checked that video out, go check it out, man. It's fire, okay? And a lot of expats, that's here in Saigon. A lot of expats are moving from the city here to over there, okay? It's still kind of the city, but it's just out there a little bit, and it's quiet, and it has everything you need. Literally everything you need over there. All right. Thank you, AD. Appreciate that, man. But yeah, Grand Park, fire. My man AD says, I will be visiting Vietnam. Don't worry. Thanks. Facts. Appreciate you, brother. I'm still going to take care of you, though. So email me. All right. AD says, great video. Yeah. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right. Let's get into it, man. Thank you guys for commenting. Comment guide, GUIDE, if you want any of those guides. All right, you want to get into the giveaway. Okay. All right, so let's keep it moving, man. Let's keep this rolling. Don't forget to hit the like button, and if you want to subscribe. We're on our way, man. 7,000 subscribers. We're on our way, man. We're growing. So support your boy, like Andre did. If you don't have that, just hit the like button, subscribe, and watch the videos. Simple as that, man. I really appreciate that. All the way through, please. All the way through. All right. Let's go to the top of Da Nang. All right. We're talking about Son Cha. Cha. You say the T like a C. Son Cha. Okay. But I'm gonna say like the West. Sun Tra. Okay. Sun Cha. All right. So Son Cha is, let me show you on the map first. So bear with me. Let me show you on the map. Now this area I like. I haven't spent a lot of time up here because it's just out of the way. Okay. So it's up here. Bear with me. All right. So this is the area of Son Cha, and this is cool because it has the nature preserve here. Okay, it's the peninsula. Okay, so let's see if it has some pictures. Yeah, let's go. Okay, this is where Lady Buddha is. If you know, you know. Okay, look. Now this is where you're gonna find green. the green space. Okay, look at that. How beautiful is that, right? Now this is cool because it gives you like an idea of where it's at. Okay, so just down here, all obviously this whole green area is Soncha Peninsula. Okay, however, there's like I hate to say like Soncha City, but I'll just say it for lack of a better phrase. Soncha City right here. And if you live here, it's not necessarily, it's going to be real quiet, super quiet, right? This is you have nature preserves here. This is where a bunch of animals are going to be. You have hiking here, super green space, wide open. It's hot. It's probably going to be hotter up here than it is going to be down in the city near the beaches, okay? Because you're higher and you're higher elevation. But this is where you're going to see a bunch of temples. Let's see if the video. Oh yeah, I love it. Okay, so as you can see, you're going to be neck and neck with nature. Okay, if you're a nature enthusiast, this is your place for real. Okay, and it's cool because they have tons of monkeys here. It's really cool. All right. No. Okay, look how it looks like it's far. This is probably like a 20 minute, probably 25 with traffic from Thuong. Okay, it's not super close, but it's close. Okay, so this is it right here. All right, let me go over here. So this is kind of like what I'm talking about here, Soncha, this little area up here. Okay, so I would say anywhere from right here. No, that's Mike. So yeah, it's gonna be more like this area. Okay, what I'll be talking about. It's not a big area. It's definitely not a big area, but you have this. Okay, which is cool. This is why you live here. Okay, honestly, this is why you live here, and it's far enough away. It's about 15 minutes away from Mike, okay, and Mian, but it's far enough away to where you have peace. Okay, a lot of expats live up here. Are starting to move up here. Okay, there are really a lot of construction up here because no one really lived up here other than locals for the last few years. Okay, yes, there are exceptions to the rule, but this is more of a local area, and you can get away with going to the airport and being never even setting foot in Antuang or Mian. Okay, so you can just stay in your own little bubble up here, and then of course you have bridges here that'll connect you to the mainland. Okay, and so yeah, you don't even need to go into the touristy area. Okay, so that is another benefit. All right, it's completely different. It feels completely different than living up here, than living over here, than living here. All right. So let me talk to you. So again, let me get rid of this. And okay, so again, I would move to Soncha if you want a quieter lifestyle and you want more space, and again, you have your nature access. Okay. This is where people ask me during consultation, where should I live if I want to be quiet, if I want quiet and just a daily routine of just being left alone. And then I'll tell them if they want to live in Da Nang, which most tourists want to live in Da Nang, I would tell them here or Chau. Okay, that's coming up next, Chau. Okay, so if you want a quieter lifestyle, go move to Soncha. All right. Now, two, I would definitely move to Soncha if you want a good, calm routine and you want your stress to be a lot less than An Thuong and Mian. Okay. Again, the things I just said already, it's quiet. Um, People who live up here, even the locals, they're chill, man. There is a type of foreigner that lives up here. Okay. Maybe you're older. Okay. You're in your 50s, you're retired, you don't want all the young person bullshit, all the shit that's going on in Da Nang right now. That's not up here. Okay. They wouldn't allow you to do that up here. Okay. Just because it's they try to keep you away from the nature preserves up there. Okay. And the locals there try to preserve, the locals up there are going to preserve their peace up there. Okay. So again, if I would move here to Son Cha, if you have calm routines, if you want a calm routine and you want less stress, okay, and foreigner in your face. All right. So again, I would move to Son Cha. It's it's better for people who do not need the nightlife. Okay. So there's no nightlife up here. Okay. You're gonna have more of a local feel here. This is where you're going to have more of a local experience. Okay. And again, I would live up here because it's only 15 minutes away from the crazy and you can get away from all that. Okay. It matters. Trust me, it matters. All right. So if you want, if you do not need that lifestyle, that nightlife lifestyle, then you're cool. Okay. Live here. Okay. And then last, I would live in Son Cha if you want a strong long-term fit, if you're going to stay long-term and you need your peace and you need a peaceful rhythm. Okay. Now, look at all the good fits: peace, stress-free, quiet, good for calm routine, right? That is the profile that's going to fit the right foreigner. Okay. If you want quiet, you're married, you're a family, and you want to move to Da Nang, go live in Son Cha area. Okay, definitely. All right, I would think twice moving to Son Cha if you need a constant social life. This is opposite. Like Da Nang is like two different cities. You have your peaceful city, your peaceful side, and then you have your crazy side. Okay, you pick what you want. Okay, but if you need that social life, you want to walk right outside your building, your building, and you're right there in the heart of it all, the meat and potatoes. I wouldn't live here. Okay, this is gonna be quiet. All right, so I would think twice living in Son Cha if you want everything to be walkable. Okay, now Son Cha, it has the local stuff. Okay, it has pretty much everything you need. However, it's going to be local. Okay, it's not going to be bars. It's not going to be international food. That's not here. Okay, this is a local immersion. Okay, local Son Cha. Okay, and so if you rely on the nightlife, or like if you have a girl and she lives in An Thuong, she lives in Chau, that's cool. But if she lives, she lives in Chau, that's cool because it's next door. But if she lives in An Thuong or on the other side of Da Nang, good luck, okay? Because again, you have to either ride a motorbike, drive a motorbike, or make sure that you time it right with traffic, and you can meet, then you'll be fine. All right. Again, nightlife not so big here. Okay. Dating, you could get away with it, right? Again, if you're not trying to date foreigners, Da Nang, there's all kinds of people in Da Nang right now. All right. So I can't really speak on the dating life there because I'm not dating there, and the dynamic has changed quite a bit. So, but before, it was not so good in Son Cha. Okay. So let me know in the comment section if you live in Son Cha right now, and the dating section, the dating section, the dating life is good, or tell me, is it good or is it bad? Let me know. All right. Just specifically in Son Cha. Okay. All right, I would think twice about living in Son Cha if you are new to Da Nang or new to Vietnam and you're still trying to figure out your routine. All right. Now, I'm not saying that if you're new, don't move here, right? But most of you are if you come here, you want that action. Give me that action, boss. I want that action, right? You want to be a part of the the nightlife, and you want to experience that, right? Now, it's different if you've been in Vietnam for a minute and you come here and you're like, I'm good, all right? Son Cha, perfect, all right? But if you're new, go live in An Thuong, go live in Mian, okay? Just do it. Do it for the first 3 months. You're on your scouting trip. Live in the heart. Figure out what Da Nang is really about, and then make your move to either across the bridge or to Son Cha or Hai Cho. Okay. All right. I see some comments. Let me get to them, and then we're gonna head over to Hai Cho. Hai Cho. All right. Oh, Army guy. What's up, bro? Ah, okay. So you live in Son Cha. Okay. So speak to it. See, I'm glad you live there. See, you're smart. See what I mean? He's been here a year, okay? And so he do what he does, okay? He lives in Soncha, and now tell me, it's is it more expensive, or excuse me, less expensive than Mian or Antoine? Let me know. What is like a one bedroom would cost over there? All right, because I know things have changed dramatically. So prices, I have no idea what they are now over there. But if you live in Soncha, that's great, man. How's the dating life over there? All right, all right. I'm sure you don't really party over in Soncha, but thanks for joining, man. Appreciate you. Salute to you, brother. Go check out. Oh my God, I see what you just said. Go check out his channel. All right, Army Guy Travels. Go check this guy out, man. He's moving. All right. He says my one bedroom is 15.5. Okay. Huh. To me that sounds expensive, man. I didn't realize that Son Cha was that expensive. He says Army Guy Travel says it's very Korean. Okay. Yeah. Okay. See, again, the Koreans know what's up over there. All right. They're all over the place. Okay. But they're going to be in the cut. Okay. Koreans are in the cut. And Sonchai is definitely in the cut. All right, man. 15.5. That sounds like a lot. Is it big? Is your apartment big or is it small? Let me know. Let me know. All right. All right. Let's keep it moving, man. We're going to Hai Cho. Hai Cho. All right, let me show you where Hai Cho is. Let me set myself up here. Hai Cho. Again, if you were looking at the map when we were seeing Son Cha, then you would have seen it. All right, it's literally right next to the airport. Let me go and get my map here. Bear with me. Okay, so literally it's right next door. Okay, you can see it right here. Hai Cho. Okay. Right next door to Son Cha. And that's cool. That's cool because, again, it's easy access to the airport, which is nice. All right. Let's get into Hai Cho is definitely going to be more of a local immersion into Da Nang. Okay. Now, the cool thing is it's right on the side of the airport. So when you come into Da Nang, you are, for the most part, in Hai Cho. Okay. Not really, but it's not too far. Okay. This is probably 5 minutes, 10 minutes max. Okay. And so again, it's right there on the corner, And so it's pretty cool. Again, this is where I would be living, y'all. This is where I would live. Now I don't know if I would live up in here. Okay. I don't know if I'd live up in here, but again, if I'm you, I'm living right here. I'm living somewhere around here. Seriously, right? Look, the Hilton even is across the bridge. They're not stupid. Why would you spend more money if you could get a better deal over here? Okay. Now, I would live over here. This is where I would live. Okay. I would live here, or I would live over here where Army Guy is. Okay. Me and my wife. Okay. This is where I think we would live right here. One of these two. Hai Cho, definitely going to be more of a local area. Okay, so now you know. All right, let's get into it, man. Let me make sure. Yeah, okay. All right, Haichou. So Haichou is the city center. Okay. Now this is where you're going to be doing a lot of your business, a lot of your local government, updating your visas. If you're going to start a business, this is where you're probably going to hang out and do your business. Okay. This is I think this is where immigration is. I'm not too sure. Okay. Maybe Army guy, you can tell me where immigration is. If they've popped it up somewhere new. Okay, it's a good fit for someone who wants to live in Da Nang. If they want to be part of the city center, you want to live in the city, okay, of Da Nang. Okay, I don't consider, this is my personal thing, I don't consider Mian and Thuong like city. That's more beach access. That's more of the beach side. Okay, the city is where Haichou and all, right by the airport. Okay, that little center, that's the city center. Okay, this is where you're going to do a lot of your errands. This is where a lot of office buildings are, and then like a lot of your services. Okay, in Haichou. All right. Two, it's going to be more of a local daily life experience here. Okay, this is where a lot of the locals live. Okay, is right here because you can save a lot of money, man, and there's less of a beach bubble. Okay, again, it's city, completely different. It's like you go over the bridge and you see it and it feels like it's different. Okay, but then you go over the bridge and you're like, oh, there's the beach, let's go. You can see and you can feel where the foreigners live. Okay, so but they're building it up big time. Okay, go live in Haichou. Okay, if you don't care about having the beach and right in your doorstep and you do want to save some money, go stay here. All right, for real. This is good for business. This is good. This is where all your schools are going to be. Okay, a lot of your schools are going to be in the city. So if you are one of those lucky ones who do get a job, you're going to be teaching here. Okay, so just get used to it, man. This is where you're going to have more of a Vietnam feel. Okay, on the other side where the beaches are, that's not Vietnam. Okay, it's weird to say that, but it's not Vietnam. Okay, that's the fun side. This is the regular side. This is Vietnam. Okay, this side. This is where you're gonna feel more Vietnam. Okay, so again, you're gonna be and have more practical routines here. Okay, so if you happen to move out of Da Nang and you move up to Hanoi or you move down here to Saigon, you'll be fine. Your transition into the local life will be seamless. Okay, if you live here in Haichou. Okay, and then last one, if you I would move to Haichou if you want it's better if you want a city rhythm and not just like a resort rhythm or feel. Okay, again, if you don't care about living near the beach, live over here. Okay, you'll save money. All right, and then I'm sure Army guy can tell you the same. All right, definitely. So I would think twice moving here to Haichou if you came mainly for that beach lifestyle. Don't move here, man. Go do your thing at the beach side, have fun, live it up, be a digital nomad, do your thing. Okay. I would think twice about moving to Haichou if you want ocean view or you want that resort energy. Okay. Again, this is city, man. This is the city. This is where you're going to experience that local Vietnamese experience, local life, meaning you're going to see a guy pissing on the side of the road. You're going to see trash everywhere, so forth and so on. That's Vietnam. Okay. All right. So don't get, you come over to Saigon, you be like, oh yeah, I saw that in Haichou. Okay, nice. All right. All right. Don't move to Haichou if you need an expat social life nearby every day. Okay. Again, there's so many expats now that I'm sure you'll find a bunch of expats in Haichou, but probably not, just because they're all coming from the West and they want to live on beachside. Okay, so if you are one of those foreigners who do live in Haichou, then you're definitely going to see less foreigners. Okay, and Army guy, let me know if you've seen recently more foreigners hanging out over in Haichou. Okay, forgive me. All right. So I would also think twice about moving to Haichou if you need that. If you do not like a city, if you do not like that city feel, or if you do not like traffic, or you don't like the everybody being on top of each other. That's Vietnam. That's why you moved here because well, most of us moved here because we want to be in the local area. We want to it sucks being on top of each other. I'm not going to lie. But if you don't like that, then don't move here. Don't move to Haichou, okay? Move on the beach side. Move to Son Cha, okay? Go be Army Guy Travel's neighbor, okay? All right. So if you don't like that density, don't move here. Okay, to Haichou. Period. Don't move to Vietnam if you don't like the local density. Because again, there's 100 million people in this over 100 million people in this country, and everybody's on top of each other, especially here in the city of Saigon. All right. So I see some comments. Give me a minute. Let me go to you guys. All right. Omriga Travel says small. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Da Nang places are pretty small, not gonna lie. Probably over across the beach, across the bridge, you're probably gonna have bigger places, not gonna lie. But again, they're building, they're really building again. All right. Thank you, Army Guy. Appreciate you, man. Army Guy says it's expensive in Da Nang near the beach now. Yeah, exactly. Why do you live in Songcha instead of the beach side? I would have thought you would have been like in the heart of it all. But I mean, I know you're smart, so yeah. I'll wait for your answer though. Thank you, brother. Army Guy says, Tan Ke is the real Vietnam. Okay. So I will show you. Let me pull that up. I'll pull that up just based on your comment. I'll show you guys. So bear with me. He says Tan Ke. Bear with me. Yeah, I mean, of course. I see. Let me share with you guys and show you what he's talking about. All right, so he says Tan Ke, and that's the neighbors of Haichou. So yeah, of course. Obviously, the more you go inland, all right, the more you go inland, as you can see, I've never been over here. I've never been on this side. Never. So yeah, but he says that this is more local. Of course, yeah. You're typically gonna be coming into this area, Tan Ke. Okay. So yeah, this is where, and if you don't care about the local immersion, then I would definitely move here. Okay, move here, move on the back side of the airport. Look, I mean, think about it, guys. Look how small Da Nang is. Like just the city. This is Da Nang City right here, man. All of this right here, and then this part right here. That's it. That's Da Nang. That's small. The infrastructure is not there, but they call this city a tier 1 city. To me, it's a tier 2 city. It's not even on the border either. Da Nang is straight up a tier 2 city, but because it's one of the big three, they classify it as a tier 1 city. They shouldn't though, but yeah. All right, cool. I like it. I've never been on that side though, to be honest. All right, I appreciate that, bro. Let's go like this. Yahweh says, I agree. The beach is not lovely up there, but I think they're going to work on it. Yeah, I think so too. They've been really working on it for years, man, for real. I mean, I think you live here, Yahweh. If you don't live here, then okay. But if you do, then Vietnam. All right. Yahweh says, kind of dead water, isn't it? Not a lot of movement because it's a bay. Yeah, facts. Facts. All right, appreciate you. Army guy says, depends on who you, depends on who. I better read these things before now. Depends on who you are on top of. Facts. 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 Army guy says, I don't want to be in the middle of everything. I'm a 5-minute ride from Antoine. Oh, okay. Facts. That's good. Yeah, I mean, you're smart, man. So, you know how to save money, and you know how to spend money too, dog. But you know how to save money. That's cool, man. Army Guy Travel says, I love Tanke, great vibes. Yeah, man, for sure. And if you've seen his videos, I'm sure he's done videos in Tanke. And if you haven't, then you need to do one, bro. I want to see that. I'm gonna come visit you in Da Nang pretty soon, to be honest. I need to see it for myself. So I'm gonna do some videos with you up there. All right, let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's keep it moving. So we're moving on to, and again, there you go. I just see Yahweh, I see your comment. And Ngu Hanh Son, I always mess that up. So Ngu Hanh Son, okay? Let's go like this. Let me go like this. Bear with me here. Okay. We're pounding. We're almost done, y'all. We're almost done. All right, let me show you where this area is. And bear with me while I type it in. All right, so this area, bear with me. Okay, so I'm not gonna say this word because it always messes me up, but this area right here, this is a huge area, okay? And so let me just back out a little bit so you can see it, okay? So it's right on the border of Mian, okay? Right on the border of Mian. But look at this, okay? It goes all the way down here, all the way down here. Now, this area down here is money. They got money. So it's two parts, right? So this side right here, money. Obviously, you have the resorts. All the resorts are going to be here. All right. This is probably where you're going to find majority of your resorts. Obviously, the resorts, if I can remember, are somewhere down here, but they're all along the way right here. Okay. Now, I haven't been to Da Nang in probably a year and a half, so things have changed quite a bit since I've been there. Okay, but this is where you're going to find a lot of your resorts over here. Okay, this is a lot where the money's at. This is where if you got bread, serious bread, you're going to want to hang out over here. Okay, this is where, and Army guy can speak to this area because he hangs out over here as well. But over here, I just don't think that there's a lot of. I know this area right here is the local area, and then crossing here is. Crossing this road is going to be all like money over here. Okay, but as far as living here, let's check it out. Let's see what. Bear with me here. Bear with me. Trying to find something I can show you guys. No. So this is where you're going to find a lot of your like local area. Okay. If you live here, you're going to probably work up in here. Okay. Beyond here, this is all like probably government stuff, probably stuff that's not even built yet. Probably big corporations own this stuff right here. And like hotels. So there's not a lot. I mean, obviously you can tell that there's going to be a bunch of residential back here, but majority of from based on memory, there's not a lot going on over here. All right, Army guy, you can tell me if there's a lot going on over in this area, but other than like resorts and this is where a lot of people hang out. Again, it's south of the city, so I think this is where all the money is at right here. A lot of the money right here. Okay. So let me get back to you guys. And I see some comments. So I'll come to you in a minute. All right. So if I were you, I would move here if you want beachside life with a slower long-term rhythm. Now, a lot of the expats are going to probably live on this side as well. Again, if you're teaching here, they probably live on this side because this is where a bunch of locals and the schools are as well on this side. Okay. The space between, so this is the space between, and then okay, if this is the space, then I know that there's a bunch of locals over here as well. So this is the space, a huge space, and this is where the resorts, this is where you'll have locals that live here, but this is where money's at. So one side's the money, one side's local experience, all right? And if you've ever been to Hoi An, you understand, you know what I'm talking about, that big space between Da Nang and Hoi An, that's this area, okay? So this is good for retirees, this area. So if I'm you, I would move to this area if you want really hang out around a bunch of retirees. The golf course is here. And then it's a slower living for expats, all right? And if you're a couple, I would live here as well. Okay. This is also good for people. It's useful if you really want calm without leaving the coast. Okay. Now it's going to be expensive. Da Nang is expensive now. It just is, because the foreigners are coming. But if you want more of a calmer life and probably more of an expat scene, like actual people who've been living in Da Nang for years, you're going to probably live here. Okay. I would think twice about moving to this area if you need quick city access every day. Again, this is where you're going to need a motorbike or where you're going to need a Grab. Okay, like every time you leave, because it's not as walkable as if you live on the beach side. Okay, you're going to need to get a ride somewhere. Okay, I would think twice about moving to this area if you need dense social life and you need easy meetups. Again, you live in this area to get away from all the tourist shit. Okay, so if you are trying to have that nightlife and you want to be around other expats, like transitional expats, don't live here. Okay, if you want to live here long term in Da Nang, live here. Okay, because then you're gonna be able to build that friendship, that social aspect to where you're gonna have long term expats. Okay, there's a huge difference. Trust me. Okay. And so I would not move here if you get bored easy. All right. Because things are spread out here. All right. I see some comments. Let me get into it. And then we'll come back to you. All right. Armory Guy says, I've done like 5 videos there. Cool. Well, then let the people know, bro, so they can check it out. All right. You can promote, man. Promote it. All right. Army Guy says, yes, come up, bro. Yes, definitely. Army Guy says that's the tech area. Oh, okay. So that's new then. See, I haven't been here. I haven't been to Da Nang in over a year and a half. So again, when I'm moving through this area, I'm going to Hoi An. So I'm like, and so that's where they're building the tech area. Okay, that's all new, man. That's all brand new. So no wonder I don't know. Okay, cool, man. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. That's good to know. Yahweh says, this area, last time I stayed about a block away from the Hyatt Regency, it was very cheap, very new, but very isolated. See? Good. That's good intel. Very nice Vietnam lifestyle with stores and restaurants. Okay, cool. Dope. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. The Hyatt Regency that's baller. I love it. Yahweh says, now someone needs to tell me how easy it is to sneak into those resorts from the ocean. Yeah, it used to be real easy. But now, I don't know. Thank you, Yahweh. Appreciate it. Army Guy Travel says FTP City or something like that. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So yeah, if you guys don't know, Da Nang, so Vietnam is making Da Nang the digital nomad city of Vietnam. Okay, so it's going to be like, it's going to be the high tech everything right there. So if you're into tech, you're probably going to be there. Okay, this is where Vietnam is moving towards. Okay, in Da Nang, in Da Nang. All right, appreciate that, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Cool, man. I love it. All right, so let's keep it moving, man. Let's keep it moving. Let's talk about some local areas. Okay, and let me get back. All right, so where are the budget areas in Da Nang, right? Where are the budget areas? Um, Let me go like this and talk to you. All right. So if you're new to Da Nang, again, I've always told you guys, live on the beach side. Okay. If you're already planning on living long term, then if I'm you, I would live across the bridge, right? But again, I would live in a local area. Forgive me. I would live in a local area. Me, I would. Obviously, I'm married to Vietnamese, so you know it's all good, right? But if I'm you, I would definitely live in these local areas. Why? Because it's better pricing, right? Like we talked about Tan Ke. Okay, we didn't talk about Lien Tiu. We didn't talk about Cam Le and other area local pockets. Okay, so I would absolutely, let me show you. Let me find these on the map, and then I'll show you so that you can see. Lien Tiu. Okay. No wonder I haven't been here. It's hella far. Okay. Let me show you guys. Let me show you what I'm looking at. All right. So this is Lien Tiu. Okay. And if you can see the outline, it's on the very outside of Da Nang, basically. Okay. These are the local areas. Now, this is where you're going to find basically all locals. Okay. Right here. Okay. And again, some of you who are actually teachers or who will be teaching there will be going over here, and your schools are going to be here. So there's probably more than 40, 50 schools in this area. So you're going to teach over here. So again, would it benefit you to be living over here and driving over here? Not so much. Not so much. Okay. Let me see. What else? What other area? Bear with me. So Cam Le. So let me look at Cam Le. Bear with me. Oh, I don't need to go. Okay. I just learned something. Nice. All right. So let's go to Cam Le. All right, so this is a little bit better. This is a little bit better. It's on the other side of the airport. If you can see the outline right here. See the outline? So you're in between money. Okay, you're going to be in between money for sure, because obviously this is the FTP area, where we were just talking about over here. Okay, and then obviously you have the local area here, you have the airport, but then you have all the money here, all the money on this side and on this side. So you're in the local area, but you have easy access and you have great access to the airport straight up. And it's still a local area, but you're going to need to drive for sure in this area. Okay. All right, and then what else? It was, okay, and we did Tanke. Okay, so yeah, let me stop sharing. Okay, so then I would move to these areas if you want more of a local daily life and if you want less of a foreigner bubble. Okay, it just makes sense. Okay, if you're gonna immerse, Da Nang's not that big, but if you want to immerse into the culture, hit up one of these local areas. I hate to say budget, but budget. I mean, now you have to say budget because Da Nang is hella expensive. I would absolutely live here. Okay, just do it. Just get it, man. It's useful. Again, I would live here if you do know some Vietnamese, if you can speak Vietnamese, and you're okay with practicing your Vietnamese with locals. Okay, and then again, obviously, it's lower cost here. And then if you already know your routine, what you want to do, I would live here. Okay, if I'm a remote worker, I'd live here. All right. I would not live here if you are brand new and you want to experience the Da Nang lifestyle. Okay, don't live here. Don't live in these areas. Again, you saw how far those were. I wouldn't live in those because you're going to get that local experience. All right. If you came here and you're from the Bali crew and you want to hang out, you want the beach, you want the beach clubs and all that other good stuff, don't live here. Okay. Don't live in any of these areas. All right. Don't live here if you rely on English friendly services only. Again, locals don't need the services we need. So if you need those, don't live in these areas, okay? Because you're going to complain later and nobody cares, okay? I just got to be honest. Nobody gives a damn what you need, what you're saying. If there's plenty of areas where you could live, where it has those amenities, those Western amenities, it has what you're looking for. So just go live in those areas, all right? If you need beach access, also don't live here, okay? This is city life. Okay. This is real deal city life. So I would not live anywhere in these budget or local areas if you need beach. Okay. Or you need like a strong social life. Okay. Here, I wouldn't live here if you need cheap rent creates isolation. Okay. I hate to say cheap, but more affordable rent in Da Nang, it's going to be either there's going to be something wrong with the apartment. All right. The reason why Army Guy Travel pays 15.5 million BND is because he probably has amenities and he probably has a view and he probably has a good area around him. Okay. These areas are probably going to be less developed. Not probably, they are less developed, and you're probably going to have some sort of transit problems, whether if you depend on transit, public transportation. All right. Again, it's small. It's a smaller area, and it's more local. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that you got to understand what you want before you get here. All right. All right. I see a couple comments, and we're almost there. Let's go to Tien Nguyen. Hello. Shout out to you, Tien Nguyen. Thank you for joining us. He says, I'm VitQ. I don't even know where to live. Okay. All right. Well, if you want to live in Da Nang, then we've talked about different areas in Da Nang. If you want to live in Hanoi, I did a live last week about Hanoi. And if you want to live in Saigon, I did a live 2 weeks ago, specifically talking about each area in depth. Okay. Next week, by the way, is Dalat. So Dalat, that's gonna be fun. I can't wait to talk about that. Dalat's great. All right. But welcome to the channel, man. I really appreciate you joining me, man. That's great. Tien Nguyen says, I can speak both languages, English and Vietnamese. Well, then you're lucky, brother. You're lucky. Where are you? Obviously, you're from Vietnam, but like, where's your hometown? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And Tien Nguyen said, hello. Hello. Xin chào. All right. Let's keep it moving, man. Thank you for that, Tien Nguyen. I really appreciate it. My mouse is dying on me. There we go. All right. We're almost done. All right. Last one. Who should live where? Who should live where? All right. My mouse is dying on me. Come on. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Batteries. Now, there we go. Got to change the batteries. By the way, don't get these batteries, all right? There's nothing there. Okay. I've literally gone through a whole pack of 12 in like a month. I'm like, man, it's crazy. Anyways, who should live where? Who should live where? All right. Now, you've if you've been here, and don't forget, I'm about to after this, I'm going to pick my two winners. Um, so hit guide, or excuse me, type guide, GUIDE, if you want any of the guides, okay? Any of the premium guides, not the free guides, but the premium ones. In the comment section right now, type GUIDE if you want guides, okay? I'm about to pick our winners, so get ready. All right. So, honestly, if you're new to Da Nang, I've been saying this whole live, I would go and start with Mian. I would start with An Thuong. All right, only short term. Again, it's expensive in these areas. So if you're here on a short term stay and you're in a scouting trip, stay in these areas. Okay, don't get crazy unless you don't care. Unless you don't care and you really want to immerse yourself into the culture and you want to figure out those areas, those other outside areas, those budget areas or those local areas, go do it. Like I'm not saying not to do it. I did it. Like I moved here in 2020. I moved here in 2020, and then if you want a guide, GUIDE. Type it in the comment section, and stay on the live. If you leave, you don't win. Okay. So when I moved here in 2020, I moved, or I didn't want to move, but my job put me in a small city, a tier 3 city, and I didn't know. All right, they always do that to you if you're new and you're in a new area, in a new job. Just keep this in mind. They're gonna put the new people, the new teachers in those small tier 3, tier 4 cities, okay? Because they don't know anything about Vietnam. You don't want to move there, okay? You just don't. If you're new here to Vietnam, you don't want to move to a tier 3 or tier 4 city. You want to stay in the bigger cities so you can understand what Vietnam is really about. Now, if I'm going to live in Da Nang, I would live in those local areas. At least you're still in Da Nang and you still are on the outskirts of the most expensive areas. But again, like I said at the very top of this live, there's no jobs in Da Nang. There's no jobs whatsoever in Da Nang. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right. So if you're new here, if you're new to Vietnam, go or you're doing a scouting trip, okay, to figure out if you want to live here, I would start at Mian and I would start at An Thuong. Okay. If you're a remote worker, Mian for sure because you're bringing in bread from the west, no problems. Okay. I would live in Son Cha next to be Army Guy Travel's neighbor. Okay. Or a quieter part like Ngu Hanh Son. Okay. So I would live in those areas if I'm a remote worker. If you're dating focused, obviously we're going to stay in Mian and we're going to stay in An Thuong. Okay. But do not choose Da Nang for dating. Okay. It's actually harder to date in Da Nang than it is locals, than it is in Saigon or in Hanoi. Okay, so if you're a passport bro and you want to move to Vietnam to look for abroad or look for broads, I would move to Saigon first. Then I would head up to Hanoi. Let me give you a little nugget. Let me give you a little tip. Again, a little nut. I do this. That's a nugget. That means KT tip. Okay. Let me give you a tip. If you really want to hang out with some local girls, right, and you don't want to pay for it, but if you really want to hang out with some local girls, the north is where it's at. Okay, go to Hanoi. That's where it's at. I promise you. Okay, that's where I met my wife. They're more conservative there, and they're better at. They'll tell you yes or they'll tell you no. Period. Okay. From what I have understood, the dating in Da Nang is pretty trash. Okay, Army guy, let me know. Okay, you're there, so let me know. If you're a family or you're a couple, I would move to Son Cha. I would move to those calmer parts of the of Da Nang, the local area, basically. All right, Ngu Hanh Son, and then parts of Chau. Okay, for families and couples. Now, if I'm a budget conscious expat, obviously I'm looking for local pockets. Okay, period, as close to the beach as possible, and that has a good commute to where I'm going to work. Okay, again, there's no jobs in Da Nang, but if you happen to be lucky and get a job there, then I would base my whole move around my job and where I'm working. Okay, all right. So again, if you're budget conscious, I would think local area first, and then try to find pockets. Okay, so definitely get convenience is going to be my first thing. All right, let's talk about rent expectation. Beachside, beachside is going to be is comfortable for us expats, and it's comfortable for us travelers. I would make sure that it's walkable. Okay, that's where you're going to find Mian um, and Antoine. Okay, convenience, 100%. Okay, obviously it's going to cost more. Rent's going to cost more. All right. Um, if you want more affordable, cheaper rent, then obviously it's going to be less. It's going to be more away from the beach. Okay, it's going to be probably in those um, in those local areas. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart right now. Okay, so cheap rent may mean more distance towards the beach or your commute. Less convenient. It's going to be. It might have weaker management. Guarantee it's going to have weaker management in your building. All right, less fewer amenities or services. You're going to have less of everything. Okay, but you're going to pay less, right? So no problem, right? All right, and so three, factor your deposits. I'm hearing some crazy ass stories, man. I'm hearing that landlords are asking for 2 months, 3 months deposit, 2 months worth of rent. I'm hearing all kinds of stories. All right, try to get one and one. If you've been with me for a while, you understand what I mean by one and one, or don't do two and two. Okay, one and one means 1 month deposit, 1 month rent. That's what you're gonna pay. Try to do that. In all of Vietnam, that is the standard. Okay, but of course, Da Nang is blowing up, tons of foreigners. So I understand why they're asking for ridiculous amounts of money. And think about it, man. You're spending 100 million just to get here. All right, and I mean that's just ridiculous. That's like $4,000. That's ridiculous. All right, so I wouldn't do that. That's what I'm saying. Go to a local area. Try to find pockets closer to the beach. Okay, as best you can. All right. Utilities, internet, cleaning, furniture, Grab, motorbike, and your lifestyle costs. Again, all that factor in. Okay, when you first move here, all of that. Okay, if I were you, I would rent an apartment. Excuse me, I would rent a hotel for like a week. I would get a local agent. If you need an agent in Da Nang, just hit me up. I'll send you over some agents local, good ones, good vetted ones that aren't trying to rip you off. Okay, and then I would go and check those apartments daytime and evening. Okay. Now I know you can't check the apartment in the evening, but you can walk through the neighborhood. All right. That's the biggest thing. Okay. Even though Da Nang is a lot quieter than Saigon or a lot quieter than Hanoi, just go and check out the area at night, okay, before you sign your contract. And for God's sake, don't sign a 1 year contract when you only have a 3 month visa. Some of you guys are doing some dumbass shit. I ain't gonna lie. It's stupid. Why would you do that? Why? So that they can just take your money? Come on, man. Think. All right. I would check the noise when you're in the apartment. I would check the water pressure. I always do that. That's a big thing here. Water pressure is a big thing. Okay. I would obviously Da Nang is blowing up. There's going to be construction. You can't get away from it, and that's going to be happening for the next decade. Okay. So good luck. Just find a good area. Okay. That's pretty much built up, and if you're cool with it, I mean, I saw Army Guy Travel talking about the dust. One of your videos recently about the dust and the construction. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. Every day, breathing that in, it's gonna get old. Okay, hearing all the it's gonna get old. Okay, so just understand. And like I said before, the flooding. I swear, Da Nang floods like nobody's business. All right, this is every year. So just be careful. All right, understand when you pick an apartment, when you pick a street, ask your landlord, or I would ask your real estate agent, does this place flood? Actually, it does flood, but how much does this place flood? I should say, okay? So or you can go online and check the flood areas, okay? Which ones are more severe, which one is less severe, which moderate, okay? But it's gonna flood for sure. Be ready for it, okay? If you've never driven a motorbike or been on the back of a motorbike, when there's flooding, you're in for a treat, okay? All right, and then now this one is you can't really check the landlord response other than because your middleman is going to be your real estate agent. They're gonna hide and mask a lot of things that after the fact, when you sign the contract, you're going to be like, what the, I didn't know this dude didn't respond or this girl didn't respond until 2 days later. What happens if your water, your pipes burst, right? And what happens if the laundromat, your washer breaks? You want a landlord who's on top of it, okay? And then actually, that reminds me, make sure that in your contract, your landlord is the one who needs to repair things. Obviously, if you mess things up as a foreigner, then you will pay for it. But make sure that the repairs are not on you. Okay. Um, they're sneaky like that, and they'll put it and they'll make you sign the paper real quick, and then you'll call them a month later because the faucet broke, right? The actual spout, it broke, but they put super glue, you see it, and there's super glue around it, and you're like, huh? I didn't even notice that when I was looking at it. Yeah, it was already broken. Now you're responsible. Okay. This stuff happens all the time. Be careful. Take pictures. When you're doing your walkthrough, don't get so excited to where you don't take a video of everything in your house, your new house. Okay. That is mandatory. Why? Because when and make sure you get an itemized list of everything that's and this is mandatory. Okay. You need to get an itemized list of everything that your landlord will give it to you, of everything that's in the apartment, the condition of the apartment, and then you need to sign and your landlord needs to sign. Not the real estate agent, your landlord, right? Because what happens is, and this happened to me and my wife, but they didn't give us any paper when we moved in, but we took video and everything. Okay. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I've been through it. I went through it. The specifically the faucet that happened in a apartment me and my wife the one before we got to this house. Yeah, 1 week later, literally, we're cooking. We're just cooking real quick and just a regular night, and all of a sudden, my wife's like, "What the heck?" And I see water spouting. I'm like, "Whoa!" And she's like, it just came off in her hand. I was like, what the fuck? We look on the bottom, super glue. I was like, you son of a bitch. And then we hit the landlord up and they're like, no, you broke it. It was good. It was good. And we were like, we didn't fucking break it. So we left it like that. And then finally they paid for it after we moved out. But I told them, I'm not paying for this shit. It was broken when we got here. It's gonna be broke the whole time we're here. So just understand. Don't be me. Okay. Okay. And then, but for your landlord response, it's hard because the middleman is going to be going to shield that. All right. These landlords are, some of them are really shit. Okay. So understand that I'm coming up with like I've already built something that will mitigate this. Okay. Literally. And I'm going to present it to the world soon, really soon, probably within the month. Okay. But it'll help. It'll help with this. Okay. And then just make sure you guys know the exact street. Okay. Stay. The last one. Stay short term first, if possible, before signing a lease. Of course, before signing a longer lease. Don't be one of those foreigners who see the beach, see the vibe, and are like, I'm moving here. I'm here. I moved here, and you only have a 3-month visa. That's the stupidest thing because you guys know you can only do 2 visa runs unofficially, 2 visa runs. Okay, before they start going like whoa, unofficially. Okay, just saying, they're not saying it, but I'm just saying 2. Okay, that's 6 months. Okay, so don't sign longer than 6 months. Okay, if you're going to do anything, you must sign a contract, a rental contract. Just sign a 6 month. And these landlords know, they already know. Okay, if you're going to work here, you'll have a 1-year visa. So that's no problem. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the travelers who watch this channel, who sign a 1-year lease after being here a week. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay, good. So if you guys need any help, please, I'm going to do my drawing right now. The last thing I'm going to say is if you guys need any help with anything, I built a website for you guys that gives you a bunch of information about it. All right, let me show you guys real quick. All right, bear with me here. Let me share my screen. Boom. Okay, so if you guys are interested, I built this website for you. Okay, check it out. There's a bunch of resources here for you. Okay, if you're dating, check out the dating site, the dating guides, travel guides, finding housing. Okay, this is all nationwide. This is not specific to Da Nang. All right, if you guys need any trusted partners throughout Da Nang or any nationwide, I'm building this right here. Hit me up. I got you. Okay. This is where your real estate agents are going to be. This is where everyone's going to be. Okay. Nationwide. Contact me. All you got to do is come here and hit me up. I'm not going to show you. You guys can go check the website out. Okay. I put a lot of work in this. Okay. So if you need to message me, hit me up here. Okay. Hit me up here. Right here. Okay. Send me a message. Okay. Or if you want to directly hit me up, doesn't matter. Hit me here, hit me in my email, no worries, okay? All right, so that's that. It's thestoryofkt.com. This channel name.com, okay? All right, man. If you want any of the guides, right now, type in GUIDE, guide. That's it, all right? And it'll be your chance to win. You could win. All right, let me see some comments, and then I'm gonna get you guys out of here. Okay. All right, so let's see. Tien Win says, I am now in Seattle. Okay. All right, what's up, fellow West Coaster? I'm from San Diego, so that's what's up. I love it, man. I've never been to Seattle, but I've been to Vancouver, Vancouver, not Washington, but Vancouver, Canada. Yeah. Cool, man. Love it. Welcome again, brother. Welcome. Tien Win says, even though I'm BAQ. Yeah, I got you. Thank you, brother. Yahweh says, KT is biased to Northern girls for some unknown married reason. No. To be honest, before I even met my wife, I dated better in the north than the south here. I know. I know. Um, and then I met my wife. So am I biased? Slightly, but again, based on my experience, the central was trash. It was just trash. It's just hard to talk to girls there, locals. And then in the south, they're just, I'm trying to pick my words carefully, but let's just say they get ran through here in the south. Okay. So the north girls are, I'll say that's where I've seen a lot more conservative. Majority of the girls that I dated up there were conservative, and either they fucked with you or they didn't. So when I say go to the north for like if you're looking for a girl, I didn't go to the north for looking for anyone. I didn't come to Vietnam looking for a wife, straight up. I came as a traveler. I loved it, and then I immersed into the culture. And then I tried to date here, dated a few girls here. They were not good. They just were not good, to be honest. Then I went up to the north. A guy, a Vietnamese local, told me here when I lived here the first time in Ho Chi Minh. When I said, "Hey man, I'm about to go. I'm moving to the north, Hanoi." He said to me, "You go north?" I say, "Uh-huh." He say, "South. Let me tell you, Southern girl, no good. Easy play." And he say, "North girl, wife." And at the time, I didn't know. I was just a traveler. So at the time, I was like, okay, whatever. When I got up there and I actually started to immerse myself into Hanoi, I understood what he meant because they're going to either say yes or no. Here, they're like, huh, okay, sure. And then they block you after you leave. Okay, sure. And then they talk shit about you and never pick up. That was my experience. They weren't reliable here in Ho Chi Minh City. And guys who I see every day here right now say the same shit. They're not reliable. Okay? They're fun. They're not reliable here. Up there in the north, very reliable. They either will fuck with you or they won't. And I love that. I need to know. I need to know what's up. And then obviously I met my wife. So yeah, bro. Just saying. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Tien Nguyen says with 2,000, I assume you mean dollars. With 2,000 retirement, can I live in Vietnam? No, it's that's too little. You need 20,000. Yeah, of course you can, man. I don't know where this notion of you can't live on $2,000. Do you guys know how much Vietnamese people actually make here? By on average, they make less than 350 USD every month, and they have kids. And yeah, they might be broke, but they make it work. You guys are coming with Western money. You have $1,000. You can make it work as long as you don't live over your means. That's it. $1,000. If you are just making $800, you can make it work. If a Vietnamese can make it work for 300 to less than 500 USD, you can make it work with your 800 USD. You can make it work. You guys just want the amenities, and you want the new shit, and you want to live by the beach, and you want to live in the best areas for $500. It's not going to happen. But if you are willing to be flexible and live a little bit outside, bro, you can live. $800 is straight. It's okay. Like I just don't understand why I understand why. It's because there's a bunch of travelers coming here and talking and giving you guys advice about spending. Oh, Vietnam's expensive. No, it's because you're not here long term, and you don't know what you're doing. So of course you're gonna move to An Thuong, and you're gonna get ripped off for your apartment first. So if you're paying 800 USD for an apartment, that's ludicrous. It's ludicrous that your apartment is more than most of the country makes every month. Of course it's expensive. Of course. Bro, I spend for I'm in a 4-story house in the middle of the city, next to the canal. Amazing area. I pay less than $420 a month. Seriously. It's because I know what I'm doing. If you hit me up, I'll help you out. Seriously. You with $2,000, bro, you're a king. You're living like a king here as long as you don't overspend. But this notion that you can't live in Vietnam for under $1,000 is stupid. Don't ever listen to someone who says that. All right. If you have a lifestyle that you want to live, a certain lifestyle, of course you're going to need more money. But you don't have to live, you don't live, and spending 800 USD is not living like a local. Don't let these people lie to you for clicks. It's stupid. Okay. Really, really, it's dumb. Okay. Honestly, even when I was by myself, living just as a traveler, and then I transitioned into an expat, I did not spend $1,000. Seriously, why would you do that? Come on. Yes, Tien Nguyen, you can live on 2,000 a month. That, I mean, you shouldn't even be spending that, but you can live that. If you drink, it's going to be more. Okay, but it just depends on your lifestyle. Okay, come on, guys. Stop listening to these transitional YouTubers. All right, you guys are eating it up. It's stupid. Okay, I understand they want clicks and it's clickbait, but you can live here realistically for under 800 bucks. All right, really, you get it if you get an apartment, a 1-bedroom or a studio, away from the beach in An Thuong and Mian, and let's just say you pay 400 USD for an apartment, okay? And then you have another 400 USD to be able to spend your lifestyle. That's enough. That's enough. Come on. All right, appreciate you, Tien Nguyen. It just really bothers me when I see these dumb YouTubers clickbaiting you guys into saying that you cannot live in Vietnam for under 2,000 or 1,500, or you're going to be living poor. No, that's because they're living in the most expensive areas of Vietnam, okay? And they're telling you false information. Take it from me. I've lived here 6 years, okay? Going on my 7th year, okay? And I've lived up in the north for 3 years. I lived in Central for about 6 months, and then I've lived here for 3 years, okay? Just saying, man. And I live in the one of the most expensive areas because of its location and its geography to District 1. I'm 5 minutes away from District 1. Seriously. So I know what I'm talking about. Yahweh says, put that at the top of your destination about sharing reputable agents. Very good information. Yeah, definitely. For sure. Yeah, if you guys need some agents nationwide, okay? I have a relocation business, so I do this every day, okay? And I have vetted agents, whether they're real estate agents, visa agents, okay? I can save you money, guys. Seriously, I can save you money. Stop listening to these YouTubers who are here for 5 minutes, all right? I'm being honest. I'm not trying to throw shade, but you guys are listening to them, and it's stupid, you know? I pay bills here. Okay? All right. CJ Uptown says, can confirm they're charging ridiculous prices, 500 USD for moldy small apartments, 100% greed. Yeah. Yeah, because it's because they want you. I mean, they're trying to get rich. Of course, if you see Da Nang blowing up, they see Da Nang blowing up, right? And they've been here. So yeah, of course they're gonna charge you guys hella money. It's on you guys whether you want to take it or not. Like, they can't get it if someone's not willing to give it to them. You know what I'm saying? And the Vietnamese, the locals, would never do that. Never do that. All right. I'm gonna come back to you. Thank you, CJ. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I'm gonna pick my first winner. All right. Right now, I'm gonna pick my first winner. If you're on this live right now and you want one of the guides, okay. Let me see. Yeah, whatever. If you want one of the guides, the dating guides, 20s, these are all the premium ones. 20s, dating Vietnamese women in their 20s, 30s, 40s, or 50s, or you want travel guides, my premium travel guides, Da Nang, Ho Chi Minh, or Hanoi. In the comment section right now, type guide, GUIDE. All right, you must be on this live in order to be a winner. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna give you 10 seconds, and then I'm gonna run it. All right, and then I'm gonna run it. I'll give you 20 seconds. All right, let's keep it moving. And while you do that, I'm gonna go ahead. CJ Uptown says, I forgot to mention the construction noises as well. Yeah. So yeah, you've been there, bro. You're there. You're probably there right now. So yeah, facts, man. I mean, CJ can definitely tell you right now, man. It's crazy up there right now. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. Thank you, CJ. Appreciate you, my boy. Tien Win says Seattle ain't got no flooding. Yeah, I know. But it's US. You can't even compare. Like, US has really good infrastructure. And then, Vietnam's infrastructure is not the best, but it's getting there. Okay. And I'm talking about the drainage infrastructure. Okay. All right. Let's pick our first one. Let's go. Yahweh says, is this valuable information in the guides? Yes. I'm more free willy with it on the live. But yes, there's more, to be honest. There's more information there. All right. Let's pick our first winner. First winner says, pick a winner. All right. We have AD. AD is the winner. Let's go, AD. Congratulations, AD. I love it. Congratulations. So AD, all you had to do is just email me, KevinT@thestoryakt.com. All right. Just email me, and then and tell me what guide do you want, and then I'll shoot it over there. Okay. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. All right. And if you want, I will get one more winner. If you want one of these guides, just type in the comment section right now. You must be online. Guide. Okay. GUIDE. If you want a guide, just type GUIDE in the comment section right now, and I'll get that to you. Okay. As soon as I'm done reading these comments, I'm going to do my last winner, and then we out of here. Okay. All right. Let's get to it. So Renix, what's up? Renix says, when did you know you were going to be successful in finding happiness there in Vietnam? Mindset. That's a great question. That's a really great question. So let's see. So are you talking about dating wise, or so mindset? I will say when I was here in 2020, March 2020, I would say probably May, because after the first COVID round, it went from March to May. And then after that, I knew okay, my visa's up. I need to either figure out what I'm going to do. So that's when I transitioned into teaching. So I knew early on that I would be successful here because one, I'm an entrepreneur and I saw the opportunities. And I just didn't know how long it would take me to understand the culture from within, like working, dating women here, getting drunk, making mistakes, um, and just being a traveler. You know what I mean? But early on, like I believe in myself. Like I really do believe in myself, and so I knew early on that if I could make it work, if I could get a job, I would be successful here. And so, fast forward 6 years later, um, yeah, man, I'm just getting started, man, for real. The last 6 years, I'm very lucky, man, because I found my wife. You know, I wasn't even looking. So when you don't look, suddenly they appear. So that's been kind of true in my life. Like I wasn't looking. I was just enjoying, the culture. Seriously. I was just enjoying the culture, teaching and just trying to understand what this country was about because I don't speak the language. So at that time I didn't know shit. And so I knew my mindset um, is always good, man. I'm a happy person, really. I'm a really in real life, like I'm a very happy person, man. So I I just I don't let things bother me too long, right? If I'm angry, I give myself a rule. Like if I'm feeling angry or if I'm feeling sad or something really negative, like if I'm here, if I'm feeling like I'm getting discriminated against, I give myself 24 hours and then I get over it, right? That's always been my rule. 24 hours in feel it, feel it, 24 hours and then I'm done. All right, seriously. So my mindset, and that came from the U.S. So I just brought that with me, and now it doesn't matter, man. I left. I got rid of all that stress. So my mindset was when I left the U.S., nothing can get worse than that. Even though I had a really good life in the U.S., it can't get worse than the U.S. So I made it, man. Leaving the States, I made it. I'm already winning, bro. Soon as I made my mind up to leave the States, I already won, bro. I just need to figure out what I want to do. And the same thing goes for you guys. Like, don't be afraid to leave. Go. You can always go back. But my thing was, what if it does work out? And when I got with when me and my wife got together for the first time, that was my mindset. Was like, what if it does work out? Right? I saw something different in her than I did for anybody else. But again, this is my thing to you guys. What if it does work out? Are you prepared to stay here for long term? I was. Thanks, Renix. Appreciate it, man. Stoic, what's up, bro? Salute to you, my man. So, yes. You must be on the playback. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. Andre, my man Andre. Love it, man. Love it. Andre says, I found a South girl. I gotta be careful. Yes. Yeah. And again, this is not for all Southern girls, but what I'm noticing over the last 6 years is that the the internet, the intranet is more prevalent down here, meaning like this, they on the phone, and Stoic can attest to this. They're always like this on the phone and here, and that's everywhere in Vietnam, but more or less here, and they're more disingenuine here. So be careful. All right. Let me know where she's from, and I'll tell you. See, these are things you start to understand. Okay. Let me give you a little nugget, guys. It really matters where your girl's from. Okay. Her hometown. Okay. Her hometown will tell you everything. Okay. So let me know where she's from, and I'll let you know. So I'll give you some nuggets. All right, life is. What's up, man? Salute. How you doing, man? Thanks for joining me. He says hello. He says hello, KT. How are you? I'm well, brother. Thank you. Did you also date foreigners in Ho Chi Minh? Yes. So I know I think I've talked about this in the past. I've talked about this a lot. Yeah. So when I first got here, when I first started dating, my very first like situationship was here, and that was with the 50-year-old Vietnamese lady. And so she spoke no English, okay, no English, and legit, I was on the phone with my sister, and I was walking in a park, and I literally was minding my business, and she said, and she was with her son, her like 6-year-old son, and she said something like she said something, and she said ooh or something like that when I was walking by her, and I went like, huh, you know, and then I say, sis, let me call you back, and so I say hello, and she said hello, and then we just started talking through Translate, and she invited me to hang out with her and her son. I was like, all right, cool, let's go get some coffee and chill, and yeah, and one thing led to a next, and so forth and so on. I'll tell you guys more about that when I do the 50s video, dating Vietnamese women in their 50s. If you don't know, I'm doing a dating Vietnamese women series, right? So I dropped the foundation video already, okay, like 10 days ago. Go check out the video. I'm literally done with dating in Vietnamese 20s. I'm already done with it, but I need to just kind of fine tune it. I'm gonna drop that in the next couple days. And then obviously the 30s, 40s, 50s. So when I got up to Hanoi, before I met my wife, I was dating nothing but foreigners, and then I sprinkled in a little bit of Vietnamese. So I had a roster. I ain't gonna lie. Honest to God, I had a roster of 12. So I would just, and I got most of them from like Tinder, and so they would come in, and I dated situationshipped. Like I had a date every day for like 8 months when I was up there before my wife. I've said the story many times, and so that consisted of foreigners and Vietnamese girls, and so majority were foreigners. I'm telling you guys, if you guys are having issues with Vietnamese and finding a Vietnamese girl, start with the foreigner. Okay, they don't get no action here. Like, honest to God, they get no action here. Okay, so Vietnamese guys don't really f with foreign women here. They have this. Obviously, they have a white girl fetish, but outside of that, they don't. The foreign women they complain because we want the Vietnamese girls, and we're not looking their way. So if I'm you, definitely hit up foreigners. They're much easier. All right. So yes, to answer your question, hell yeah, I dated foreigners. Fuck yeah, of course. Never. I shipped to foreigners. I never dated. That's not true. I actually seriously dated one girl, and that was here in Ho Chi Minh, and she was from Italy. But that was it. Okay. Every other girl was situation shipped, whether she was Vietnamese or whether she was a foreign girl. Okay, straight up. And then my wife wasn't a situation ship, of course. She was a situation. She was serious. Okay. All right, right next. Unfriendly Stoic says my rent in Vietnam was like 270 USD in District 1. See? I mean, I've been to his house. Okay, so I know. Okay, it was a nice studio, and only in the heart of District 1, and 270 USD. So this is what I'm saying, guys. He lived in the heart of the most expensive area in Vietnam. So he only paid 270 for a studio. don't get ripped off, guys. Seriously. Don't listen to trash YouTubers who are giving you false information. Okay? Come here for if you want the real deal. Okay? All right. Philly Dom, what's up, man? So, shout out to my boy Philly Dom. Loving it. Loving it. All right. Thank you for joining me, brother. Unfriendly Stoic says, I spent maybe $1,200 a month. Yeah. I mean, 1,200, where'd the rest of the 900 go, bro? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. All right, man. Okay. TM Win says, thanks, bro. Appreciate you, man. Of course, man. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. Come on now. AD says, thanks, bro. Yeah, AD, you the man. Woo, woo, woo. Just message me, man. Just message me. Kevin T, storykt.com. You're a winner, brother. You're a winner. Rosalie, hi. Hello, Rosalie. Hi from Da Nang. Been living here 7 months now. Love it. Yeah. Da Nang is amazing. Yeah, Da Nang is super amazing. However, where do you live? Okay, where do you live? Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate you. Rosalie says, I came from the UK. That is far worse than the USA. Mm-mm. I mean, I know you guys are going through a lot of stuff right now, but I mean, it depends. It depends. Okay. But nah, as a black man in the US, I was happy to get the hell out. I'll be honest. Okay. Rosalie, it's nice to see you. Really nice to see you. How is Vietnam treating you? Let us all know. All right. Thank you. Thank you for your comment. Rosalie says, I left knowing I can't go back. It's done or die for me. Oh, it's do or die for me. Yeah. Facts. I agree. This is how I feel about the US. I'm from San Diego, California. So I truly understand where you mean by do or die. And yeah, what the UK has been going on in the last year, 2 years, I feel for you guys. And there's no wonder a lot of the UK folks is coming over here. So I get it. And I don't blame you. You know, I know you're living your best life. So live your best life. Are you planning on ever leaving Da Nang, or are you planning on coming to Ho Chi Minh or Hanoi? Check out other parts of Vietnam. And if you need anything, just message me. I got you. All right. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. It's nice to see a woman here. All right. Thank you. Appreciate you. Andre says she lives in D12. Okay. She from D12? Or because I know she probably lives there. But is she from D12? Not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, D12 is cool. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, let me know. Is she from there? Because typically they're not from there, or their family is from there. All right, D12 is far though. D12 is far. Thank you, Andre. Appreciate you, brother. Unfriendly Story says I was spinning for work. I was spinning for to work that 1,200. I was spinning for to work that 1,200. I don't know what you mean, bro. I don't think I know what you mean. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, Stoic. Rosalie, hello. And West Side. Okay. All right. Well, welcome. It's nice to see your pretty face. Thank you for keep coming back. All right. Really appreciate you. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. Unfriendly Stoic says a high-end gym, eating out a lot. Oh, okay. Yeah, eating out a lot and a lot of Japanese salmon dishes, etc. Okay, I get it. So in District 1, that's one thing that here, District 1, that's one thing that you can get. Like he spent 270 on rent, but then he spent another 900 because he doesn't cook. I assume. I know you, so you don't cook. Okay. Oh, okay. And he says, I just see. That's for 2 people. Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. Then that makes sense. I was like, bruh. but again, if you're a Vietnamese woman, because I know you, so I know you personally. So your girl should have saved you money, not had you spend money. Okay, if so just a little nugget, guys. If you're dating a Vietnamese woman and she's having you spend too much money, that's a red flag. Okay, red flag. Okay, just because, you know what? I should go like this. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 minute. I want to do this. Just give me 1 minute. All right, I'm back with you. I'm back. So bear with me. All right. So that's a red flag. Okay. Okay. If your girl is not saving you money, that's a big red flag. Okay. Big red flag. All right. So, but yeah, and I know where you lived, so it's expensive over there. So there's no saving money there. So I understand. Okay. I get you. I get you. I get you. All right. Appreciate you, Stoic. You know that. If you guys are actually okay, so if you guys are looking for a job, hit Stoic up. Okay, you're looking for a job, hit Stoic up, and he'll take care of you. Teaching job. Okay. All right. Shout out to Stoic. Rosalie says, "Good Q. I'm settled, but plan to discover more of Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh." Okay. Yeah. If you ever need anything, I have a website. Just go to thestoryofkt.com, the channel name.com. I have a ton of information, free guides up there as well. I've lived here almost 7 years, so I'm married to a Vietnamese woman, so I kind of know a little bit about. And I lived up there. I lived up in Hanoi for 3 years, so yeah, and here 3 years, so almost 4 now. But yeah, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. It's really nice to see have a female energy here. All right. All right, so last thing, Stoic, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my drawing. If this is the final thing, if you guys want the final winner, if you guys want any of the premium guides, dating Vietnamese women, 20s, 30s, 40s, or 50s, or travel guides, premium, Da Nang, Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, put guide GUIDE in the comment section right now, and I will hopefully you'll win. And then Rosalie, last but not least, says, "I gotta go now, but thanks for the shout out and have a great day. You too. Thank you. Shout out to you. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you again." As Vietnamese say, "See you again." Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead. It looks like everyone who's entered is going to enter. All right. If you want to donate, Cash App, $ the story of KT, the channel. If not, just hit the like button and watch the videos. Subscribe to the channel. All right. Here's all my links right here. And let me pick my last winner. Well, there's only one, and that's going to be Yahweh. So Yahweh, you're going to be the winner. All right. It's funny. I don't know why people don't like free shit, but that's cool. It's good for me. It's good for me. All right. So let's go to Yahweh. Yahweh, you are the winner. All right. So Yahweh, you know what to do. My business contact right there. Kevin T at thestoryofkt.com. Email me there and let me know which guide you want. Whether it's the dating guides or if you want the travel guides, and let me know. If you don't know what it is, go on to the community page, go onto my community page, and they're there. Okay, so you can pick which one you want on the community page, okay, of my YouTube channel. All right, so man, I really appreciate all of you guys staying with me, man. Congratulations to the winners, Yahweh and my man AD. Congratulations. If you guys ever want to get anything, any information, you have a question, there's my email. You guys can always put a comment in any of my videos. I look at all my comments, okay? Good, bad, or the ugly, okay? So I see everything. So just hit me up, man. I'm easy to get to, okay? But other than that, guys, I really do appreciate you guys. You guys have a good rest of your night on the left side of the world, and on this side of the world, you guys have a great day. All right. God bless you, and stay up, man. Let's go. Peace.